Hello. If anybody wants to join, feel free. I'll post the link. Um, Oops, I don't know if you can hear me. I think I kicked myself out. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, I just wanted to see if anybody wanted to talk about this fake marriage. I know it's over talked, but if anybody wants to join, please click the link. I'll accept anybody. Um, I just wanted to talk about marriage. So, Chantal is living in a dream world right now. She is not, oops, sorry. Um, Anyway, yeah, she's living a vacation right now. She's living, if they are indeed married, which I don't think they are, um, it's pretty much just, uh, they're on vacation. I mean, she hasn't had to clean. She hasn't had to be a housewife. She hasn't had to do anything. And marriage is a lot more than sex. And that's all she thinks marriage involves. Um, like I said, please, anybody that's coming in, click. I'll accept um, people that want to talk. I just I wanted to kind of talk about this because, she's like, oh, this is so wonderful. This is so wonderful. Everything's so wonderful. Salah's so wonderful and blah, blah, blah. Well, according to her, they have not cooked. They had some frozen French fries in an air fryer. Um, she hasn't done laundry, which we all know she hasn't. He says he has a washer and dryer. Um, he probably does the laundry. There's a lot to marriage. Even, I mean, forget about the marriage part, just living together. Once again, feel free to join. And if you have any comments, she has this romanticized version in her head of what marriage involves. And marriage does not involve just going to an aquarium, eating takeout every day, and that's it. Reality's gonna smack her in the face if he ever does move to Canada, which he is not eligible for. She is not eligible to sponsor him with an open bankruptcy, as much as she wants to say that she can. I think what's going to happen is her parents, her mom, is going to end up, well, she's going to threaten and blah, 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 her usual. She's going to try to get her mom to sponsor him. However, that works in Canada, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, life would be perfect, right? If we could all just go around, not work, not clean, not do anything all day in a marriage, lay around, have sex all day. And when in reality, I don't have children, but reality is you're usually too busy to, you know, be laying around having sex all day. I have a full time job. My boyfriend has a full time job. I work 7 days a week. Um, I mean, I get overtime, but I mean, I work 7 days a week because what I do is a very busy job. Um, yeah, she's just living a fantasy. This is just obvious, and here's the thing: it's like it's hard to express what I'm trying to say because I get so many different thoughts about the situation. Um, so yes, it is not weird or crazy to think somebody can meet online and fly across the world and get married. Okay. No. I mean, in theory, it isn't that weird. But what is weird is her fucking lonely Turkish men a day after she started wearing the hijab. What is weird is her changing her whole personality, her whole lifestyle for this man. That is what's weird. Usually, if this were to happen naturally, not forced, like it is right now, you meet somebody, you go visit them, then you have a relationship, you visit. I know you can't live together in Kuwait if you're not married, but they're close to other places. I thought this was going to be a travel channel, or her dream. Why didn't they go visit another place nearby while he's on vacation, where they can actually hang out unmarried? Feel free to click the link if anybody feels like talking. I don't know if I can. I've never really. I'm doing this on my phone, so I just have so much to say. This is just. I can't wait until he sees how she really lives. That she's a complete disaster, complete pigsty she lives in. And she can blame it on her, oh, this, that, depression, all that, whatever she wants. Everybody has mental issues. And if you don't, you don't. That's good. Good for you. I just feel this is not going to work. And she's going to be devastated. But here's the thing. What's going to end up happening is she is not going to ever. I feel like she's going to hang on to this guy until the end of time. She will never let this one go. No way. If they are, well, I honestly, I know for a fact they're not married. I have my ways. It's not cow tipping. I just know for a fact they're not married legally. Um, Sorry, I was just doing something. Feel free to click the link again if anybody wants to talk. You don't have to show your face because we're not as pretty as Chantal. So anyway, so a normal relationship, right? You can meet somebody online, you can fly across the world to go meet them, hang out, go to the zoo, go to the aquarium, go do all this stuff that they're doing, right? That's not unheard of. Sorry, I was making noise. What's unheard of and not natural. I'm sorry. Here, I'll be undistracted now, hopefully. What's unheard of is marrying somebody you've known for 3 weeks and pretending to be part of their religion, wearing this costume because all it is a costume to her. I don't know. This is kind of hard to express all this that I have to say by myself. Anybody have any questions? I should just drop all my receipts. I will eventually. I have lots of receipts. Um, Let me see if I can go on my computer instead. Anybody coming in want to join and talk? Feel free to click the link. Sorry, I'm just getting my computer set up. If you can hear too much noise, I apologize. And yes, okay, he lives in a closet the size of many people's closets. And yes, I am going to shame her because she shamed everybody else. I don't care for FFG. I don't care for Dee Dee. I don't care for anybody pretty much in her whole, in her little bubble. I don't care for any of them. But she sure shamed everybody else about living in Motel 6, saying how crappy Dee Dee's condo was. She sure could do that. I mean, you want to... Hi, Taylor. Again, anybody feel free to talk or join. Oh, I also saw getting my computer set up. Sorry. I saw Salah struck somebody. We don't seem to know whose channel he struck yet. But what's interesting about that is I have a feeling it was from the Beezer channel, which is now the couples channel, which means the Beezer channel is now, I don't know how the whole YouTube thing works, but which is now probably in Salah's name. And that just seems kind of interesting to me. And, today's payday, so I'm sure they're out, spending all of her paycheck, all of their money. I don't know if anybody caught when she was on, I think a day before that she left to Kuwait. I'm hoping they put back because it's not, yeah, exactly. A day or two before she left to Kuwait when she was streaming in Canada still. Somebody said, why didn't he pay for the ticket? And she was, anyway, her response was, I don't know why she brought up her mom, but anyway, she was like, why would I have my mom or my husband pay for a first class? Because somebody was saying, why didn't she buy first class? And she was like, why would I make my husband or my mom or a family member pay for my first class ticket? I'm not going to have them waste money on a first class ticket. First of all, you weren't married yet. Second of all, you met this guy 3 weeks ago and you're already making money out to be your guys' money. In fact, I've been with my boyfriend 15 years. We don't have a shared bank account. I'm not ashamed. I mean, we pay the bills together, but we don't have a shared bank account or anything. My money is my money. His money is his money. If I need money, he'll give me money. But I mean, vice versa. But she was already making it to seem like they share a bank account before they were even married. And we know that's true. And I do have receipts of the fact that she sent him. I just can't share them now yet. You can believe me or not. I can't screw up my my information source. She sent him about 2,000 Kuwaiti dinar before she left, and that's what they kind of lived off of, that he had to buy all new furniture for his little room. Well, it's not new, it's used furniture that he bought. So anyway, back to my thing. Okay, he lives in a little closet. Good for him. Like she said, he's a 20-something that just came out on his own, that just started out on his own. Cool. Good for him. A bitch. You're 38 years old. What are you doing living in a closet? That's where I don't understand. Yeah, if you're a young couple just starting out and that's all you can afford, cool. But it doesn't really make sense how a 38-year-old goes and seeks out a 20-something-year-old that lives in a closet. And we all know it's completely fake love. She finally got some guy. Yeah, pretty much live in a closet. Oh, hi, spammers. Bye, spammers. Yeah, they pretty much live in a closet. And that's fine. I mean, I'm sure we've all lived in a closet at some point in our life when we were starting out. But she seeks out these men constantly. She seeks out men constantly that just have less than her so that they have to depend on her. I wish we had, like, we were able. Did you epic freak out? Yeah, I kind of saw it, a little clip of it. He needed to buy furniture for his room. Maybe he was not, I don't know if he was living there before. I haven't gotten that info, but I do know 100% that he bought used furniture from an acquaintance. The bed, and the sofa, and a TV. Well, I don't know about the TV, actually. I'm sorry. I don't know about that. Um, I don't know. Sorry, I'm multitasking right here. Um, does anybody want to join and talk? Keep the chat going. I'm working at the same time, so it's kind of hard. I just Okay. So, and her other thing. Oh, Kuwait is such a paradise. Maybe it's just me, but there is nothing that looks like paradise to me in Kuwait. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, the beaches are so beautiful. Oh, just like, everything's so amazing. Oh, I've been to a lot of places that were actual paradise. It just shows her ignorance. I'm sorry, but she tries to put on this facade that she's this well traveled, middle aged woman when in reality she's never been anywhere except Cuba and Florida when she was a teenager. Also, yeah, his room is like 5 meters by 4 meters. Yeah, she sent him 2,000 Kuwaiti dinar, which is like almost 7,000 US dollars. And when she first got there, she spent it. She spent what was left over. I know if y'all noticed, she said that she hasn't used her debit card yet. That's because she had sent him money, so it kind of looks like he's paying in a way. I think that kind of like makes it see in her mind. Oh, he's paying, but it's the money that she sent him beforehand. Um, he needs some Z. If anybody wants to join, feel free. Click the link. I just felt like talking. Um, anyway, it's gonna if she ever comes back to Canada, I don't think she's gonna leave him. I have a feeling she's gonna figure out a way to stay there. Really, she has nothing in Canada to go back to. I mean, she has absolutely nothing in Canada. Um, sorry, I'm just I'm working. I shouldn't have. That's why I was hoping somebody would come on and keep the chat going while so I wouldn't have to think so much. Yeah, so I don't know how they're going to do a travel channel when she goes back to Canada. That'll be interesting. But yeah, he has nothing to offer. It's only his dad that's alive. They have not met her. They do not like her. No thanks, Taylor. Yeah, no, I'm working from home today. It's my quote unquote day off, but I still work. I work from home on my days off. And she's killing her. I know I keep on saying, I sound like Pete. All right, just trying to catch up. Okay, so, all right, so you go to meet somebody that's not unheard of. You meet somebody online, you go to meet them, cool, but this whole changing personality and everything, I hate how she has to adapt to his culture. That whole thing that he did with the little hand thing to say how Zachary Michael's gay, she completely knew what that was. And she always likes to use this defense that, oh, in his culture. Well, what about your fucking culture, Chantal? I know you're in a different country, but what about your culture? That's what's always bugged me about her is her culture just goes out the window. It doesn't matter. And by the way, she looks horrible in that abaya. We get more and more revealing shots of her 5 stomachs. I think okay, so it's a size 6. Yeah, she said it was a size 60. That's like the largest size abaya. It's meant for like a 5'10" woman because I guess it goes by length or something is what it is. It's weird, the size. Anyway, I looked it up. It's like the largest size that's sold commercially, a size 60 abaya. She said it was so loose. It looked pretty tight on her, and it looks horrible. And yes, I'm gonna fat shame because she should be wearing some Skims or some what's it called? My God, my brain. Anyway, she needs a lot of shapewear. She needs to lift those 5 bellies up. You can really see them through her abaya, and it looks horrible. And no, she is not prettier than 90% of women on YouTube. And yeah, I'm glad. And if you've noticed how her, let me see if I can go on my computer. No, that won't work. If you've noticed all of her community posts where she talks about Salah only have like 20 thumbs up or something. I mean, you can see a pattern that nobody cares for this arc. And I don't care either. It's so fucking boring. There's nothing. I mean, what are they going to do when I mean, right now it's all unicorns and rainbows in her mind. Oh, hi, Yuri. Yes, she does. Erie, do you want to come up? You like to talk. I just want somebody to help me carry on the conversation because I'm multitasking right now. So yeah, so it's all like unicorns and rainbows right now, right? It's all magical in her mind. I mean, just like she told Nader after a week of knowing him, told him to quit his job and she would pay him $2,000 a month. So that, because all she wanted to do was lay in bed and have sex all day. I mean, what the fuck? Hi, Hannibal. Anybody wants to come up? I'm just talking. I'm just venting. That is very specific for someone committed Islam, and I don't see. Hey, y'all. Thank you for coming in. I'm just talking. Anybody can click a link. You don't have to show your face. I don't care. I look a mess because I'm in my pajamas working on my day off. So I'm multitasking right now. I just have so much to say and I get lost. So my point is I think historically, let me see who's here. Cool. I've never done this before. I hope I do it right.
Yay, you got it.
Oh, cool. Hi.
Hi, thanks for having me up here.
Oh, thank you for coming. I'm just, it's my day off, but I work on my days off from home. So I'm trying to
Oh, I understand.
So, but I just have
Sorry,
like so
I
much
got
to
the kiddo
say.
with me.
What?
So she's, I got the kiddo with me, so I'll have to mute periodically because, kids, they just run and scream and
yeah, especially when you don't want them to, right?
Exactly.
So, but no, I don't know. I have like so much to say about her. This whole thing, this whole fake marriage. It's just so fake.
God, it's
this whole
so horrible.
honey. It's all honey. It's so fucking forced.
Honey, can you get me this? Thank you, honey.
I know.
Oh, I hate it.
And especially his honey. I mean, her honey is horrible too, but his honey, when he says honey, it just seems so forced.
It
Like
does.
he just like a little toddler that just learned a new word and won't shut up saying it.
And I love how he's constantly throwing shade at her, and either she's not catching on or she's catching on and just doesn't know what to do with herself.
Oh no, she catches on and she thinks, just like she did with Nader, she thinks it's a compliment.
He called her a
Like
penguin
you said, like
yesterday.
the penguin. Oh, you look like a cute little penguin. You know, you look like a cute little penguin. But I mean, they're living right now. They're on vacation. I mean, they're not living real life. They're not having. I mean, yeah, his rent is 110 Kuwaiti dinar. That's like $380 US. I
Mm-hmm.
think so. Yeah, so she has to pay his rent. I mean, we know she's paying his rent. That's
Oh,
obvious.
for sure.
I don't know if that's included, the electricity and all that. I assume it is. So, whatever. So that's all she has to pay. I mean, she doesn't have to drive. She doesn't have to go grocery shopping because they don't have a kitchen. All they have is
Right.
a fucking air fryer somewhere. And her cooking dinner is throwing some frozen French fries in the air fryer with her
Right.
grocery haul.
She
And
bought an insane amount of cheese, and I'm just like, okay, so what are you going to put this cheese on? Because are you just, well, yeah, she would actually just eat it like that.
yeah, exactly. But it just, nothing is real life what they're doing right now. And the thing is like, why didn't you're close to Dubai. You say, it's like, if I was, okay, so she presents herself as this rich Canadian woman, right? To him,
Right.
to the world. This rich, beautiful, sexy, hot Canadian woman. since he's on vacation in between jobs, why aren't they traveling to Dubai? Why aren't they, traveling? Because Kuwait's paradise. Nobody in the world ever said fucking Kuwait is paradise.
I didn't even know, like, honestly, I didn't know much about Kuwait until this whole thing started, and
I
then
just remember it from war. I mean,
r
like,
right.
like that's it. But I mean, so far what I've seen, I would not say it's paradise.
It's, yeah, because I actually my husband's, retired well, Air Force veteran, so that's yeah, that's where I remember the name from, but I never looked into it 'cause, quite frankly, no offense, I just wasn't interested.
No,
Um,
that's not something I would ever. I don't think people go there and say it's paradise. And
right.
I
I
haven't
mean,
seen.
it's beautiful, but it's not like Dubai, you know? It's
It's
that
exactly. I mean, the beaches. I haven't seen any real beach. It seems like rocks. The water had like a green residue in it, probably oil. She even said it had like a green residue in it.
yes, 'cause I did look into that, and it seems like they make most of their money off of oil and fishing.
Yeah, I think
Um,
all those like Middle Eastern countries. That's why they're
which is
so rich.
it's it's so funny when she's all like, "The food is so fresh," because 'cause I'm like, "Most of your vegetation is imported."
Yeah, I looked that up. Like some things that I've never even heard of are grown in Kuwait, but
Right.
not every. It's like the fucking hottest place in the world. They're really
Right, the soil isn't rich enough to grow some of the vegetables that she showed that were in the market. What I looked into was they do have greenhouses that it's not something that's like, "Oh, we have fully established, fully functioning greenhouses." No, they're just kind of within the last 10 years, I would say they've started, tapping into growing stuff in greenhouses, but for the largest portion, they get most of their vegetables, all of their produce imported from India and the surrounding countries.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's. I mean, Canada. I mean, first of all, Canada, from my understanding, does not contaminate their food as much as the U.S. Right? Like their
Right,
ingredients, they have a lot more restrictions, like on processed foods and stuff. So
right,
Canada is better than the U.S. In food wise, supposedly, right?
right.
But um, uh, what was I gonna say? My brain. I just have so much in my brain. But
We were
anyway, I
talking
mean,
about importing
yeah,
food.
everything is imported, no matter where, and it's still fresh. Just because it was shipped somewhere, it still means it's fresh. I
Right,
mean,
but she sound makes it sound like it was fresh picked off the garden, like,
she was saying
I
the yogurt or whatever bullshit the packaged stuff that she got from the store. She was saying,
uh-huh,
"Oh yeah, it's so fresh." What does that
everything's
mean?
fresh. She's the foodie of the foodiest of them all because the only way she can describe flavors is it's fresh and it's a little, what's briny and it's
Yeah,
zesty.
I know, but I mean that fucking. But she just like trying to say, Kuwait is the place to be for fresh food. It's like it's so stupid.
But
But
she's that type of person at me because she literally like she's look, we all have that one friend that no matter who they're with, everything he does is the best. Everything he
mhm,
likes is the best. And
mhm.
now I like it too, and I'm gonna become that person too.
Yep, yeah, yeah. No, I mean it's just
And she
I
can't be
just
that stupid to not know that those dogs weren't chihuahuas, right? Like, come on. You're
I
really just
I was streaming it. I was like sniping it, and when he said chihuahuas and then she said chihuahuas, like when they were at the little zoo thing, and I paused it. I was like, "What the fuck was a Pomeranian?" I don't know any. I don't. I had dogs when I was little. I'm not an animal
uh-huh.
person, and I even paused and I'm like, "Those are fucking Pomeranians." I'm like,
See, right, anyone who knows, like, I mean, you know what a
anything general knowledge. It's not like some.
there are long-haired Chihuahuas, but they're not as poofy as Pomeranians. It's just a
Yeah,
Chihuahua with long hair, but it's like the fact that she had to know that that wasn't a Chihuahua, but just because Sala said it,
yeah,
she's like, "Oh yeah, Chihuahuas." I'm like,
yep,
"No, not Chihuahuas."
yes, exactly. That whatever he says is, and how. I mean, she has to know that he's using her for. I mean, I there's no way that she can be this stupid. I mean, is there?
I think she's a voluntary idiot, if that makes any sense, because look, she said it before with Natter. We heard her. I don't care. Just fake love me.
Yeah.
Just
I
fake
mean,
love me. And to her, it's like I get to show this man off to the entire world, and everyone's going to be jealous of me, so it's worth it. And in reality, none of us are jealous of you. Why would we? Why would we?
that's what I don't understand is her thing, right? How seriously could she think we were jealous? I mean, I have a beautiful 2,200 square foot 3 bedroom house. I just built a pool. I have a great job. My husband, well, my boyfriend has a great job. I mean, I can do
Right,
whatever I want. I have brand new cars. I mean, and I'm not showing it off. I'm just saying, why would I be jealous of
right.
that?
Exactly. That's no, it's not showing off. It's because she kind of makes us because she says it so much that yeah, I even said it on my channel. I'm not hurting for nothing, okay? I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have my beautiful kids, my wonderful husband who has a good job, and he definitely doesn't buy me pickles to impress me. I get Michael Kors and Dior. So, let's not even
I
go
know.
down that route.
But it seems like a lot of these people in general, no matter who I'm watching, that get hate on YouTube, on Facebook, on anywhere, that's always their comeback is, oh, these people are just jealous of me. And I where how did that even start? I wonder, like in general. I've always wondered that. It's like the
You know
trashiest
what it
of
is?
trash will always come back and say, "Oh, they're just jealous of me." And then their little stands will say, "Yeah, they're just all jealous of you. That's why they hate you." Oh,
It's immature people who haven't grown out of their teenage phase, who are projecting the fact that the reality is that they're the ones that are, I hate to say it, jealous because they pretend to live these lives of luxury.
yeah. I mean, not to bring this up because I can't stand them, but Negs in DC yesterday, I just dropped in on DC because she's a fucking shit show. I was just listening and she was like trying to say how everybody's jealous of her and Negs, of course, right? And then
Mhm.
DC was I don't know what the conversation was, but something that pretty much how she's gonna take that everybody's jealous because she's gonna pay for their European trip, for their trip to Europe, for her and
Um,
Negs.
no.
I'm like, how are we jealous?
Yeah, I don't follow
That
them
this
much, but
elderly
from
lady's gonna pay for this young loser to go to. How are we jealous again? I'm sorry.
I wouldn't no, yeah, that's not s I don't see, I'm a person though that jealousy has never been an emotion that I've experienced, if that makes any sense. Not even
Yeah, me too.
and
I very rarely, like when I was younger with a boyfriend, I was a little jealous, but even like I've never been jealous. If
yeah,
you
there's
don't
just
have
some
any,
people who don't operate in that, you know?
yeah,
I mean, for me, it's because I grew up with a lot of cousins who did exhibit extreme jealousy towards each other. So I would watch them constantly bickering. And at a very young age, I said, this is stupid. Like, just go and do what you want to do if you're so jealous of each other. If you
yeah,
want to have the blonde hair, go get the blonde hair. If you want to have the new purse, go get the new purse. Like, why are you pitching a fit?
yeah. No, it's just yeah, it's just I don't know. Yeah, I've just always noticed that, like with all these people that get hate, it's because you're a horrible person. That's why. It's
Yeah, it
not
has
because
nothing to
we're
do
jealous
with
of
what you have.
we're not jealous of you of any way at all. To be living in, yeah. So back to Chantal. So Chantal is so assuming. See, she's actually in heaven right now because she lives in a closet. So that means she doesn't have anything to clean. I mean, so
Right?
she doesn't have to show him how she lives because that place looked like a mess. That little closet. I mean, what we could see,
It's
it
already
looked.
messy
It
enough
looked.
in its
Yes,
own.
exactly. I mean, there's looks like there's nowhere to put anything. So she
I,
hasn't
I
had to
couldn't do
prove
it.
her and I'm not saying everybody has to be a housewife, but I think most men, at least maybe she's a little bit younger than me, not that much. She's like 5 years old younger than me. So we're pretty much the same age range, right? So
Right.
most men at least expect a woman to be clean, to know how to clean. And yes, I'm going to go back to maybe the 1920s thinking. I don't care. But yes, in general, I mean, I'm, I do my duties at my house. I mean, we don't have like a list that says, oh, you do this, you do that. My boyfriend does laundry sometimes. I do laundry sometimes. I clean the toilets. He doesn't. I mean, that's just our
Right.
routine. I mean,
Well,
but
yeah, for her to be at least somewhat self-sufficient, right? Because she's 38 years old. What do you do for yourself, Chantal, besides pleasure? You don't
nothing.
do, you don't clean, you don't really cook, you don't do
Do
your own
laundry.
laundry. You
Nope.
can't even get up to go get your own food.
You can't even wipe
You won't
because you're
wipe
too,
yourself.
admittedly, too lazy to wipe.
So I don't understand why she thinks anyone, I'm with you. I don't see why she thinks anyone would want to be her or have the life
But
that
she
she
has so much
has.
to offer, she says. And as much as I try to be nice about it, I don't know what she has to offer. I don't. There's just nothing I can think of. I'm not like totally neutral. Not trying to. I just don't know what she has to offer other
The
than
thing that I
citizenship.
right? Well, I mean, honestly, I think that one thing that she really banks on is her YouTube, right? Because
Yeah.
she figures I'm a famous YouTuber and I can make you a famous YouTuber too. And do you need help? No? Okay. One sec.
Hannibal, come up. I like you. I like your train of thought.
Oh no. I sorry, she stepped on a Lego.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah, but it's so yeah. So I mean, they're pretty much. I mean, the equivalent of me and my boyfriend, or you and your husband, going on vacation somewhere. They're just out exploring. They're not cleaning. They're not doing their day to day lives. I mean,
And why is he taking her to all these kiddie attractions? Because someone
because that's all there is
explain
in
that to
Hawaii.
me.
That's all there is. I
There's
think.
nothing for adults to do. Like, I mean, I
No,
know they don't have a club live.
there's no
That's
alcohol allowed. I mean, I guess really, what else is there to do? I mean, when I
boating. They could go
what?
boating, like
Yeah,
get on
but
a
that costs
boat
money.
and
So they've been doing. They
oh,
haven't had
true.
any money. They've been completely broke. The one time she showed us the quesadillas from the restaurant or whatever, they bought quesadillas. Remember, like
Yes.
takeout. That was on
Yes.
credit. Like
Oh, so she's blowing
the
up their
guy
credit cards
knew
now.
knows Salah, so he gave them credit. Like I said, I have all these
Oh.
receipts. I just can't show them yet because then lose. I will lose future information.
Oh no,
But
you're
I have
fine. I
receipts
understand.
and um, yeah. So it was on credit. It was like the little place down the street kind of thing, like that knows.
Right, like you okay, I see what they're doing. That's actually because 'cause I'm South American, and that's actually very common in South America as well, where you can just they're still kinda old-fashioned like that, where you can go to, like, the little mom and pop
Yeah,
shops,
I grew
and
up in Mexico. I mean, same. Yeah,
yeah,
so like Mexico is the same. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's
yeah.
a little. Somebody, and it's an honor system kind of.
Right, like, "Here's I'm gonna get groceries, and I'll pay you on Friday," type
Yeah,
deal. Yeah.
but
Um, but he ain't rich, like, that's the thing. She's all like, "Why are you picking on him?" It's like, nobody's picking on him. You made it seem like you were going to Kuwait to this rich man who had a beautiful house and was going to pay for every single thing, and we're just pointing out that it's not true.
Yeah, her words. He has his own house, he has his own car, and he has a great job. And I could quit YouTube today, and he would take care of me for the rest of my life. That's
Yeah.
her
Yeah,
word.
that's exactly what she said.
He doesn't have his own house. He has a closet, a room. Um, oh, and also they've been trying to. They haven't come out and said he lives like in a room, but they've been trying to say that there's other rooms to the room that they're always sitting in, haven't they? Or have I misunderstood? They've tried to say that, like that there's a
They've
kitchen.
implied that, and they've also like here's the thing. I'm looking at the chat, and I could see that being possible, Jericho, to maybe maybe they just rented that one room to be together in while she stays there. But no, because if you look at the videos of his gaming channel, it's the same room. It just was empty.
I haven't really noticed because his game.
Yeah, the flooring's the same and the walls are the same. So
Yeah, but I
the
do
only
know that he had to set up that whole room for her for before she came, and that was one of the reasons she sent him that $7,000. But
maybe
um,
it's a house and she's not allowed to, I don't know. Maybe they're
no,
sharing
it's a
a
room. Dude, I've looked on Google, like, and that's extremely common because a lot of Filipinos live there. Like
uh-huh.
he lives in I'm not gonna say ghetto, but it's a ghetto. I mean, it's like the low income area of all, like the workers.
The poor side of town.
Yes, but it's like
Right.
out of from other countries that come there just to work low wage jobs.
Right. Well, I also read that in Kuwait, if you're not like, and that's where I'm confused because he keeps on saying he's Syrian, but then he's Kuwait. What I think is because I know that from South America because I was born in New York, but when I go to Uruguay or Brazil, I'm considered a native of those countries because my parents are from those countries. So I'm
But you don't
wondering,
have citizenship. I mean, well, like in Kuwait, like if you're born in the U.S., even if your parents are from Mars,
right,
you're a citizen of the U.S. But in Kuwait,
right.
I think it's your mom or your dad has to be a citizen. So like if you're born there, but your parents aren't from Kuwait, you're not Kuwaiti.
And I'm
So
wondering if he was born in Syria, but they're from Kuwait and they went back to Kuwait with him being born in
no,
Syria.
because he would be because okay, so I guess Kuwaitis are very privileged. The government pays them like every month, like gives them free
Uh,
money,
oh, cool.
and they're very privileged.
Hmm.
Privileged. He's what they call a stateless person. He has no citizenship. He has nothing. They call him badoons or something.
And they're supposed to only live in a certain area,
Yeah.
like they have areas where they are allowed to live in. They can't just purchase property or live in certain parts of town, is what
Yes.
I read.
Yeah, and they can't marry a Kuwaiti woman. Like he couldn't marry a Kuwaiti woman.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess like in extreme circumstances, if it's approved by so and so and so and so, yeah, they could. But it's not like you can just, hey, I like you, let's get married. No.
So it makes sense that he would go outside of Kuwait to look for someone
Well, not
to marry.
necessarily. There's tons of Filipinos. There's tons of uh, like
Other immigrants.
Africans. Yeah, there's tons. Yeah, I mean, like it's like one of the smallest countries where like people from other parts of the world go to work.
Right, right.
So
So,
yeah, I mean, marrying a Philippine, I mean, for convenience, marriage of
mhm,
convenience to get him out of of living in that closet. His only
right.
option would be to marry an American or a Canadian when it comes down to
See,
it. Yes.
I think that if she does end up bringing him to Canada, She's gonna be in for the lesson of her life because I think Mr. Shala is gonna cheat on her left and right.
Oh,
Left and right.
100%. There's absolutely no way he wants all he all he wants. And again, I have the receipt. All he is interested in is a YouTube career and getting to Canada.
I'm telling you, I think she thinks that she can really convince him to love her,
Yes. Yes.
and she doesn't understand that you can't buy love. Like, that's not something that's for sale. Like, you can maybe buy fake affection, but you
Com-
can't buy
Companionship.
someone into loving you.
Companionship. I mean, but yeah, I I don't know. And she's gotten herself, and they're not married. I know that. They're 100% not married legally. I don't know if other ways, but they're 100% not legally married. Um as of like a week ago. I don't know if anything's changed. But as of a week ago they're not married. Um so regardless, I like, first of all, she's not, with an open bankruptcy,
She
she
won't be able
cannot
to
pay.
sponsor him.
No.
Mm-mm.
And for her to get that second bankruptcy approved and closed, there's no way that would happen because the second bankruptcy, I guess the first bankruptcy in Canada is pretty easy.
Mhm.
The second bankruptcy is a lot more difficult because they look into why, did you really
Why
not
the
have
hell did you go
means?
bankrupt a second time?
Yeah, did you really not have the means, and, boasting about her $20,000 a month income and blowing it in 2 weeks, kind
Yeah,
of, instead of paying your bills, kind of, the judge probably won't like that.
right? And I think that's why she was so boiled over mad at Perfectly Imperfect because she didn't want that to be known. Because now Sala knows, so she's playing it off like, "Oh, that's an old thing. It's not new, it's old." She's making shit up.
A
Well, now
hundred.
Sala knows.
Yep. And she's probably, oh, I've taken care of it. And of course, things are different. I mean, I don't even know if they have bankruptcy in Kuwait. I mean, there's a lost in translation kind of thing, like terms that he would not have no idea. So it would be easy for her to say, okay, this is what happened, but don't worry about it. It has nothing. It's not true.
Right.
It's
Right.
clear.
No, let's be honest. She probably catfished him into this whole relationship with the promise of getting him citizenship, and now he knows that there's a bankruptcy and that may not be a possibility. So she had to come up with a story and she had to run Perfectly Imperfect off of the platform as quick as possible before she exposed more.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. I mean, the immigration process takes a long time. It's not like immediate if she's gonna do it
Right.
the right, like through sponsorship. And she keeps on saying, "Oh, for him to come to Canada, I don't have to sponsor him." First of all, he does not have family in Canada. That was a lie. Second of all, um, yes, I've looked into it. That's the only way he can come to Canada, unless he comes on a tourist visa. But they're not. I doubt he even has a passport. It sounds like if he was born in Kuwait and doesn't, that means he's a stateless person. Like he doesn't have citizenship anywhere, unless he's gone through the process of getting his Syrian, like citizenship.
What I think she's trying to do is because we know how she is. She's a compulsive liar, number one. So she figures I'll just lie to him for the 3-month period that I'm here. And then when I get to Canada, I'll figure it out. I'll
I'll
figure out
figure
how to
it
get
out.
him over here.
Yeah,
Because that's how she functions. She functions in the I'll figure it out mode.
that channel. Yeah, it seemed like a much nicer room. The On his videos. Yeah, the only way for him to get to Canada is through a sponsorship through marriage. So that's it. But
See, I don't know how it works in Canada, but I know that in the United States, when you're sponsoring someone, you have to, number one, have a clean criminal background. Number two, they want to make sure that you're financially able to help the people you're sponsoring.
yeah, I guess in Canada it doesn't. They don't really care about the money. They just want like there's no minimum income or anything. They just want to make sure you can. Let's say your house is paid off and you only have an income of $1,000 a month. I guess if they figure out that's enough, then that's enough. I mean, there's no like minimum or something.
See, and that's why I think she's continuing to play like, oh, I'm a rich YouTuber. These people are just haters. They're lying on me. Don't pay attention to them. Don't pay attention to anything they say. And I think Salah, in the back of his head, he knows that she's probably not telling the entire truth, but he's in it right now, right? So he has to stick it through and at least get as much out of her as he possibly can.
Yeah. How long did they get married? How long did it take for them to get married, quote unquote, from when she got there? Like 3 days?
Yeah, she's been there 21 days.
So, which is not even physically possible because they have, I mean, to get legally, because they have to have a blood test first.
Oh,
And I
really?
don't think
I
she
didn't
passed.
know that.
And then I saw an article like a couple days ago, they just changed the rules for drug testing. they they added drug
Oh,
testing in there. First, it was just like for
oh,
STD and genetic and blood tests, which her liver. I mean, I think all that comes into factor. Also, I think it's like your health also,
well, we know if that's the case, she did not pass that test.
because she would need like the way she consumed. Isn't wouldn't she need like 3 months to detox off of drugs?
Depending on the drugs, some
I
drugs
mean,
it takes up to
marijuana
a
is
year for it
forever.
to come out of your system.
Or what?
Some drugs take up to a year to come out of your system
Yeah.
completely. Like if they do a hair follicle test, it'll still be detected.
I think it's just a blood test to see like for STDs, genetic diseases, just all that kind of stuff. Um,
But wait a minute, that would make sense why he's so obsessed with her losing weight and getting healthier. Because if she didn't pass the blood test to get married, then he's going to need her to pass that blood test so
well,
that they
she
can
needs
get
her to
married.
live another couple years, so that
Well, true.
in his mind, so that she can get him to Canada. So that's pretty much. Sorry, I'm just kind of distracted, but
Oh,
yeah,
you're
so that's
fine.
pretty much with you
That's
have
what
to be able to.
he needs. He needs the sponsor to be around at least for the predetermined time that immigration requires.
Yeah, until she can get there, until he can get there, which he's not going to get there. But yeah, she can play around. But so she's going to go back to Kuwait, or I mean to Canada. Honestly, why even go back to Canada? She's so stupid. Okay, so this just annoyed me. Okay, so when she was talking about her trip going to Kuwait, she was like, "Oh, I have to go back to Canada, otherwise I lose my citizenship if I don't go back within 6 months or something." I'm like, "Are you fucking that ignorant?" I lived in Mexico for 17 years. I came
Wait,
back
she thinks
once.
she's a natural born citizen. How do you lose your citizenship?
She's that dumb. She thinks if she leaves Canada for a certain amount of time, she's going to lose her Canadian citizenship.
She was born there.
I have to find that clip, but she's deleted so much shit. But I was just like, are you really that stupid?
That
Like,
only applies to immigrants that
yes.
immigrated to Canada.
Yeah, she was like, I have to come back, every so often. I think it's like I forget the amount of time she said, but I have to come back every so often so I don't lose my citizenship. I
That's
mean,
only to like my grandparents used to do that because they lived in Brazil and they would come once a year to visit us, and then it would automatically keep their citizenship status, good.
yeah.
But they weren't from the States. They were born in Brazil. So they had to do that. She
Yeah.
was born in Canada. They're not just going to be like, well, now you're not Canadian anymore. Well, what
Yeah.
am I?
I was
Nothing.
I was just like, she tries to act all worldly, and it just fails horribly sometimes. Horribly.
Oh,
Horribly.
it's so bad.
Horribly.
What was that she said yesterday that I was like, you're an idiot. How can you say that? You're in Kuwait and oh, the crime rates. They were talking about the crime rates, and she's like, yeah, there's no crime here, da da da. And I'm like, girl, all you got to do for any location you're in is Google crime rates in Kuwait.
Yeah.
Yes, their crime rates aren't as crazy as they are here in the west side of the world, right?
Uh-huh.
But they do have crimes. In fact, they're saying that it's starting to rise a little bit when it comes to like car thefts and burglaries and stuff like that. So don't sit there and lie. Why do you have to lie? If you're going to be a travel vlogger, you have to tell the truth.
So the other thing that she fucked up on the other day, so she keeps on showing the mosque doing the call to prayer, right?
Uh-huh.
She's shown that a couple times or something. Did you catch on her live when she turned to Salah? Because somebody asked her in the chat, "Do you hear the call to prayer from your apartment?" And she turned to Salah to ask him. And I was thinking, she didn't know that that's what it was. I even
Oh,
know.
she must have been hearing it every day and been like, "Oh, lovely music. What is
Yes.
that?"
She turned to him and she said, "Is that what we hear? Is that the call to?" I mean, I thought you were trying to, like,
Convert.
yeah, get into his culture, get into, absorb all this stuff.
No, 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 wait. Well, she's trying to revert, not convert. She said, "I'm
Oh,
trying to revert."
wait, reverb would be going away from it, right?
Yes, but she tried to say convert instead. You know how she likes to use big words and she doesn't know what the hell she's saying? Like,
Yeah.
for how long have we been hearing her say Kuwait is a secular country? Kuwait is a secular and like secular means no religion.
Oh wait, no, I guess revert is for Muslim though.
Is
Wait,
it?
I mean, I've seen that before. I'd never heard it. One who reverts. Uh, yeah, you revert to Islam
Well, that's the more you know, right?
or something. Does one convert or revert? Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. It's like controversial. It says because,
So
I
would it
guess you can
mean
use either one. You revert, do so based on the Muslim belief that all people are born with a natural faith in God. I don't know.
okay, so what it probably maybe she meant it that I'm leaving Christianity and going into Islam.
Yeah,
But even if
I
that's the case, she's not practicing anything from the religion to go into the religion. So why even say that?
well, and why be so, like around the, she's like, what's the saying? She's all like beat around the bush. Kind of like when people ask her, "Are you doing it or not?" If you're not, then you don't have to wear a hijab.
Because it's an invasive question. Didn't you
Yeah.
know that's invasive? You're not supposed to ask those.
Well, then she shouldn't bring it up. She's the one that started it.
Right? It's like, I'm going to talk about this, but I don't want no one ask me any questions. I'm just going to say what I want to say, and you're just going to have to take it as a trust me, bro source.
Do you have a
Because,
stove, Salah? No, that's too invasive.
right? Do you guys like pickles? No, it's invasive. Munches on pickles. Like, what
I
the hell?
Yeah, it's
The
also.
invasive arc is really annoying.
Oh my God, yes, it is. And it's just, I love it that their channel has like not many views. Like,
Did you notice that in the aquarium? Okay, so I noticed this. Rose and I were looking at it. We were talking, and I'm like, funny that number one, it's ridiculous. This grown ass woman is obviously in a place that's for children, and she's acting like a child, which isn't cute. And it's not cute because it's her, okay? I'm gonna just be petty like that.
Yes,
And
it's not cute for a 38-year-old woman to act like a child.
but there's a wall right where she goes to, and you get to pick what you're going to draw. In that wall, there were 10 different pictures of sea life. Why does she pick the most phallic shaped sea creature to draw?
Oh, see, I didn't see it really. I mean, I kind of just listened to it. I streamed it. I think I streamed it. I don't know. I ain't streamed that
It
much.
was a squid and it looked straight up like a penis.
Oh, it sounds like her. I
And
mean, it sounds
she's
like something.
laughing the
Yeah.
whole time. And then he writes on it, LOL. And I'm like, are you trying to tell us that you're not getting none? And he's laughing at you because you're not?
And I just want to know what the obsession with. I mean, with that, with getting any, not from us, but I mean, like, she thinks she's the only person in the world that has sex. I mean, it's like
Because
a
she's
badge.
hotter than 90% of us at me. She's the
I
only
know.
one men want.
I mean, fuck, I haven't had sex in months. I've been too fucking busy. I live with my boyfriend. I mean, it's just like real life. It doesn't work that way,
Right?
Chantal. I mean, when you're working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, taking care of real life stuff, you don't lay in bed all day and have sex.
Right.
And
Well, because she doesn't function in a normal adult capacity. She still thinks she's a little teenager and all you do is stay in the bedroom all day and that's all you do.
yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing she's lived this long.
Oh,
And
yeah, I did, Jericho. I saw she had no wedding ring on.
really?
Mhm. For the scientific center, she was not wearing, but I think it's because that video was filmed the same day as the Lebanese restaurant, not a Syrian, Lebanese.
Yes, I know. I looked at it. I'm like, this, whatever he says is, God's word. Don't even question him. And don't tell me, oh, well, Lebanese food is very similar to Syrian. I don't care. It was a Lebanese restaurant. Has it on the name of the restaurant.
I looked it up too. I found it from Google photo search, and
Yeah,
it's Lebanese. It's not just Syrian.
I'm sure it said on the menu. I didn't look that closely at the menu. I mean, I just looked at the name, but I'm sure it said Lebanese. I mean, I don't. Yeah. So okay. So I get it. So what they did, that means that all that happened a couple days after she got there. So they spent all their money, what was left over. So they did all this stuff, and since then they've just been sitting in the closet.
Well, I was think that could be very well. Yeah, she could have done all that like within the first week and just started releasing it to make it seem like they're doing stuff.
Yes. And also I know she was, oh, we had, like, people were thinking that, I don't know, the last day she went live, that they had filmed that vlog that same day. And she was like feeding into it, saying, "Yeah, we were so busy today doing that and stuff. We've been so busy, we're so exhausted." But she was wearing completely different clothes.
And we know she changes outfits, but he doesn't. I didn't pay attention to what he was wearing to tell you the truth.
Well, I think he only has two shirts like Nader.
Not anymore, because as soon as that check comes in, she's taking him shopping for matching suits, matching
Oh,
little
you want to bet?
pantsuit outfits.
I bet their next vlog is going to be at the mall shopping,
Oh yeah.
and it's, yes, of course. That's the only shopping
But
where, and
did
it's.
you did you
Mhm.
catch any of Natter's bull crap last night?
No, I just saw little things on Twitter that he was like
Okay,
raging.
he he's going off on Salah because apparently Salah has been having Foodie tell him off in his language, and he's basically calling him a coward, saying, "Why don't you say it? Why do you make her say it?" Right? Total petty jealousy crap, which I don't understand, to be quite
Where
honest.
where have they been communicating?
Well, she's saying it on her live streams. She'll say little words here and there, and it's towards him.
Oh yeah, actually, no, that's true because I've heard her like refer to him. nader and then like says something in Arabic. She attempts to say something in Arabic.
Yeah, so Mo Translates already said that she's working on a video to translate everything she's been saying and what Natter was saying back to them. But the one thing that struck me, because you know how petty Natter is, that
She deleted. Sorry to interrupt you, but she deleted another 4 million today. What? How many does she even have
wow.
left?
What she's really looking to really push herself into homelessness here, man,
And
because
sorry to interrupt, but well, I mean, I keep interrupting. But so I don't care what anybody says. That that still hurts her because if she's trying to appeal to a new audience and they might go look at those older vlogs to see who she was and that's how she gets paid, right? I mean, I don't get paid. I'm not monetized, but when that
yeah, you get money off views. You don't get much. You get, I think, like a few bucks every 1,000 views. Um, I mean, I'm monetized, but I don't make that much money. So, but yeah,
I
you have to hit like that 1,000 mark per view to get like a paid, if that makes any sense.
okay, but
Um,
that would still hurt her, right? I mean, because she's deleting.
yeah, because she's deleting 4 million views that she could be making money off of. Because, yeah, all of us, the entire community reviews all of her older videos. So now, if there's nothing there to review, why the hell are we going to go back and look?
Yeah,
Because she's
you're
deleting everything.
gonna give Just Saying more money because she
Yeah,
covers.
we'll go to the archive channels.
Yeah. Well, I thought your past didn't matter though, is what she says,
Right?
and him. And you can't tell me all those views were only bad stuff. I mean, like horrible. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what she calls bad anymore. But
She's trying to make herself holier than thou, it me, because she literally she's trying to cater to this new audience where she's promoting herself as a simple, cute, innocent wife who just likes to travel with her husband and eat food. That that's what she's promoting her. That's why she denies everything that we call her out on, you know? And it's like I said to her, we wouldn't be calling you out on this, ma'am, if you had already acknowledged it and taken accountability for it and rectified it, but you don't. You just ignore everything, you cuss people out, and then you go on into the next vile episode. That's the problem with you. You don't want to acknowledge anything. You just want to pretend it didn't happen, and everyone has to pretend it didn't happen with you.
yeah, pretty much. Oh shit! I have an appointment. I just realized it's 10 o'clock.
12
All right.
o'clock.
Well, I'll come back later. I just realized I forgot I had an appointment.
Oh, it's fine. It was fun talking to you. Thanks for
Fun
having me
talking
up
to
here.
you. Thank you all for coming. I'm like, I'm busy,
Life.
but I was like bored. I was like, ah, fuck it, I'm gonna talk to everybody. I
No
still have so
king.
much to say because they're living in a fairy tale right now. I mean, wait until she has a house and assuming he gets to Canada, he's gonna want, I assume, a meal after he goes. Assuming, let's just pretend he goes to Canada, right? So he's gonna want to eat real at home. I would assume once in a while. He's gonna want to have clean clothes. He's gonna want to probably have
Right?
ironed clothes because I believe they're into ironing. I'm not, but
That's what dryers are for.
yeah, but you know, I'm. He's gonna want a clean toilet. He's gonna want a clean shower. He's gonna just and
Oh, there will be no clean toilets for him in his future.
I mean, I believe Muslim housewives. My understanding, I'm not being. This is a good thing. They keep their house. It's like their pride, right? Like they keep their house very clean. Like
Yeah, they're very tidy.
Mexicans are
Yeah.
very like that too. Well, all Latin people, pretty much, I
Yeah.
think.
She doesn't
Um,
have that in her.
no, no. I mean, And I will never understand how they made such a mess. My house is spotless. It's just the two of us. How can we make a mess? I mean, I clean
You
up
know,
after myself. That's it. You throw it in the trash. I clean, it's like,
I don't understand that either because before my husband and I had kids, our house was never messy, because like you said, you use something, you put it in the dishwasher, you throw it in the trash, you put it in the laundry, normal stuff. With
yeah, I
kids, it's a
babysat
little
my niece
more because
when they
kids
were
are, kids
when they were
kids are
babies. I was constantly doing laundry, and her little delusion that she wants a baby. Please,
oh, she's never gonna
please.
last.
Uh, you have to do like 10 loads of laundry a day for one baby. I
Yep.
mean, yeah, you can buy clothes and just throw it away, I guess. But I mean, there's constantly stains and food all over the floor. You're constantly vacuuming. You're constantly just, I
Yep.
mean, it's fun, but it's hard work.
And you don't sleep while you're doing all of those things. I
Exactly. Yeah,
haven't
they're
slept in 6
hungry.
years.
Yeah. I mean, from the day my niece and nephew were born, they spent weeks at my house because the mom worked nights. So they pretty much lived in my house while their mom worked. So I mean, I up until they were like 4 years old. So I mean, I know what it is to have kids. It's
Right.
very hard, and I was her age when it started. Well, look, like 39. And as you get older, it's harder. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
300 pounds or any. I mean, it's just mentally, it's harder to do all that, like to run around after them.
Yeah, you get tired. I'm 40. I'm an older mom because I went through fertility issues for the
Uh-huh.
first 7 years of our relationship.
Yeah,
And I'm 40 years old and I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old and I can attest to that. Yeah, you get tired a lot quicker, but you
yeah,
can't just stop and be like, "Nah, I'm tired, not doing anything." You've
exactly.
got to keep going.
Yeah. It's not an option. Like when she would tell BBJ, "Yeah, I'll feed you later. I'll feed you." They'd be like meowing and stuff. Oh, I'll
Yeah,
feed
because
you later.
that's fair to
Just
do.
wait. Just
Can you
wait.
imagine telling her that? "Oh, you're hungry? You're going to have to wait until I feel like feeding you."
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
She's going to have look, she won't qualify for adoption or surrogacy or any of that. So I don't know how she thinks she's going to get this baby.
I hope not. I hope. I mean, yeah, only a private deal or something.
That costs like thousands of dollars that she doesn't have.
Yeah, and she doesn't have any friends that would do it for her.
Oh no, she has Missy Moo. Missy Moo already offered to do it
Oh,
for her.
Missy Moo would probably pay her to do it. Like, to have the privilege of carrying the Canadian king
Right?
baby. Oh,
Oh
and then the
Lord.
dumbass thought that the man had to have sex with the surrogate. Remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
What world do you live in, Chantal? Seriously,
You'd
how did
have
you?
to do it through a clinic, you idiot.
I mean, seriously, what? She's like, yeah, I better make sure she's uglier than him because they have like, she pretty much said that they have to have sex, and then she, like a couple days later, she came back on. She's like, well, I just realized they don't have to have sex to have a baby, or something like that.
She never does her research on anything. She always talks out of her ass. You have to go to a fertility clinic. They take the egg, they take the semen, they mix it together in a petri dish. They allow it to grow a little bit, then they implant it in the woman to make sure it's a viable pregnancy. And that's how you do surrogacy.
And if she thought that, well, like she originally thought that her husband was going to have sex with the other lady, and she wanted the lady to be ugly, so then that means your kid would be ugly. I'm just the way
Right?
she was saying, the way she thought it needed to be done. Then that means your kid's going to be ugly because the way you're saying is they're going to use the woman's egg. So
She really, really thought that that's how it was going to go down. She's ridiculous. She really should
yeah,
not,
you missed that
honestly.
part. Yes, and then she got all excited about the womb transplant,
That's never
about
gonna
the
happen either.
uterus
It's still
transplant,
experimental. It's only 2 years young, and it's still on the experimental
and they're
phase.
not giving it to 400-pound women.
Unhealthy women, unhealthy.
Yeah. No, and even if she lost 200 pounds, they're still not giving it to a 200-pound, severely unhealthy. Because if she lost 200 pounds right now, let's just say something miraculous happened, she would still be she would even be more incredibly unhealthy
She
because
doesn't realize the damage she's done to her organs. Some of it may not be reversible.
her fatty liver is not reversible. Because my boyfriend had like a non-alcoholic, but his wasn't like severe, extreme, super crazy like hers, like she said.
Right.
And it's gotten better. He lost a little weight. He wasn't like obese or anything, but it's fairly kind of common. But if you catch it, you can reverse it, and he's reversed it. But
Yes.
he did, exercise, eating better and stuff, and everything, and he's gotten it, pretty much
Yeah,
almost reversed.
I had that last year. They told me that I was like my liver enzymes were elevated and I needed to start um dieting even though I'm not overweight, but what I basically did is I cut all of my fried foods, I control what I eat, and it's improved. So if you catch it before it gets to non-alcoholic fatty liver, you could potentially stop it from progressing. She hasn't done any of that.
No, hers is way far gone. And
Yeah.
and even if she did lose weight right now, it wouldn't help. Hers, I'm sorry, and I feel that a lot of that bloating in her stomach is I always mispronounce it. Acetes.
Uh, uh, I know what you're talking about.
It's liquid. It's
Acetosis.
fluid.
Yeah.
I'm getting dressed while I'm talking, so.
Yeah, she's definitely she the sad thing is that she's given the warnings ahead of time and she just said screw it, who cares? This is how I'm going to go down.
And the other sad thing is all of our healthcare is free in Canada.
Yeah.
Like what from by the time I'm just using comparison. I mean, probably by the time my boyfriend got his like reversed, probably at least spent probably like $7,000 with insurance by the time you go to doctors, medicine,
The
MRI,
deductibles, yes.
all
All
that.
that crap.
I mean, by the time it's said and done, and hers is free.
Yeah, I had to pay 1400 for my MRI out of
Yeah,
pocket with insurance.
yeah. No, there. Oh, if you well, just speaking about that, if you ever need an MRI, there's this website that sends you to places that only charge like $400. I found it because I needed an MRI. My copay was going to be, I don't know, like $800 or something.
Yeah, they're
And I found this
ridiculous.
website that it was cheaper just to go to this one clinic. Like there's a lot of clinics on the list, and it was like $400 or something.
Oh
So I
wow.
used my insurance. But yeah, I mean, she doesn't take advantage of all that stuff that she can get for free in Canada.
Exactly, the free healthcare. I know it takes a long time to get seen by a doctor because of the wait list, but at least you know that when you get there, you're not going to have to financially go bankrupt to see specialists and stuff.
Well, but she's had plenty of chances to see these specialists and stuff, and she always doesn't go to the appointment.
Yeah, she
And
would rather cancel and lie about it.
why take their shoes off and don't really like pets? What? Oh yeah,
Oh, they're saying about the culture over there.
why they take their shoes off? Oh, I take my shoes off too in my house. I don't like. I don't know. I just started that as I was older. I don't like wearing my shoes in my house.
Yeah, we don't wear shoes in the house either.
It just grosses me out. My
Because you're
boyfriend still sneak in. I mean, sometimes I'll sneak in to get something I forgot or something, but like in general, no. I don't like all the germs. But
exactly.
um there was something else. Oh, so did Just Breezen get struck? Is that who she struck? The
I haven't found
comment,
out who it is yet.
I just saw that Just Breathe and just put a title Chantal and Salah striking channels.
Well, maybe she saw. I don't know who got striked yet. They haven't come forward yet.
Yeah, it's probably a little channel. Have you heard of that Goldwater rules or something?
Yes, yes.
I mean, they're very polite, like very sensitive. I did like a video of their comments, but
Uh-huh.
they're very polite. They're very like sensible, kind of. They're not like trying to. Anyway, Chantal, did you see? She went in there the other day. I posted the video, but she went in there raging,
Did she?
and Salah also. He's a
Yeah,
dick. He's a
because they're trying to take down the small channels before they become big channels.
Yeah, but that Salah, he is a dick. They are a match made in heaven.
I
Honest,
said it. He's really no different than Natter within the exception of the addiction and the criminal record. That
exactly, 100%, 100.
he, he's he's really he's a douche canoe for sure.
And I don't care what anybody says. Oh, what he's seen, what he's done, what he's that. No, like all the bad stuff in Syria and everything. That doesn't excuse you to be a dick to
No,
everybody.
he's just a dick regardless of where he lives. He's going around telling people that they're uneducated, that they need to shut up. He's making fun of people, but he doesn't want no one saying anything about him. So why are you online?
Exactly. Yeah. Just to get your wife's money, your fake wife's money. I don't know. I just want this whole thing to hurry up and end. I want to see I want to see.
The lies exposed.
Yes, I want to see what we all know is going to happen when he leaves her.
Oh, I've been saying it. Wait for it, Sala, because you have no idea that what you married is indeed what we know as a Karen. The minute you leave her, that little nudge that you gave her in the video is gonna become abuse.
Uh-huh. Yep. The second you land on Canadian soil, you're fucked. You're going to be
Yep.
accused of everything. He's going to end up in prison in Canada. Yep.
Yeah. Travel just to Canada to end up in prison because we here on this side of the community,
Yeah.
we know that Chantal does not let just anyone walk away. You can't
No.
just walk away from her.
No. Hell no. No. She's
There's
already
two
got
options.
and in her clutches. Sorry, I put my contacts in. I had to concentrate for a second.
Oh, you're fine.
She's already got this man in her. I don't know, in her, paws. So he's not
We
getting away.
Yeah, there you when it comes to Chantal and you happen to be in a relationship with her, you're going to end up in two scenarios. You become a Pete's or you become a Natter.
Yeah.
Either way, you're a captive of hers.
Yeah. And you see, he can never say when people have asked him what does he like about Chantal.
Everything. It's the stereotypical, I don't really not like anything in particular, so I'm just going to say everything.
Yeah, but he doesn't like her fat. Well,
We know that for a fact.
I mean, is he gonna like her skinny with 300 pounds of skin hanging?
That's what I was saying. Does she realize that in her particular case, she's going to have an excessive amount because she doesn't have what I consider pliable skin, if you know what I mean? Her
Yeah,
skin is taut and it's been in that position for so long that as soon as all of that is gone, it's just going to be the skin down to her ankles,
yeah.
which means she's going to have complete reconstructive surgery from the neck down.
Which is not going to happen because let's say she started losing weight, she would be 50 years old. I mean, she doesn't realize she's not 20 years old anymore. I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
by the time she would even attempt to lose, like the whole process of, possibly losing weight and everything naturally, because, she's against the weight loss surgery, eating fresh food in Kuwait is the only way she had to wait 38 years to go to Kuwait to eat their fresh food. That's the only way she can lose weight.
right. To go to an entire foreign country with someone you just met and have him tell you what you can and cannot eat.
Exactly. There's this place in Tijuana. I don't even know how I became, I'm on their like Facebook group, but they do weight loss surgery. A lot of Canadians go there, even though Canada's free, but there's a long wait list. And it's like really cheap. I mean, it's really good and really cheap. I think maybe like $5,000. I don't know. But I mean, why hasn't she done that? I mean, it's just excuse after excuse. Her and Amber Lynn.
Right?
I mean, it's excuse after excuse after excuse.
Because they don't really want to change. And the reason they have to keep up with the facade of, oh, I'm on this diet, I'm on that diet, is because they initiated their channels as a weight loss channel. So now they have to continue with that to continue getting the engagement. Although, even at this point, I'm like, just admit that you don't want to get healthier and carry on with your show.
Yeah. I mean, I did keto for like a month, and then something kicked me out of. I didn't really lose any weight, but I felt less like bloated, like water weight, kind of. I
Right.
maybe lost like 8 pounds. I mean, nothing like crazy, but when I was watching, what's her face do it, just because you're on keto doesn't mean you have to eat 10 times a day. You still have to like watch your calories. I mean, and it doesn't mean you can just go pig out on 50, pints of ice cream. It's like when
Right.
it's like, okay, yeah. I mean, you kind of still have to watch your calories, and I don't know. Amberlin's a lost cause.
You can eat the healthiest thing, but if you eat it in excess, it's no longer healthy.
Exactly. It's it's just a lost cause at this point. She is. She's the one that needs to go to Tijuana and get weight loss surgery, but she doesn't want
Yeah,
because
because she doesn't want to change. They just need to admit to themselves that this is what I like, and that's that.
yeah, stop trying to do these 100-day. I mean, I've only been watching. I've only been watching um, Foodie since like right before Nader last year, and Marilyn, I've never really gotten into her. I mean, I keep up with her kind of just because of the whole foodie thing, but
Right.
but I don't see how people are like. She's so boring. There's like nothing interesting to her channel at all. It's all repeats, repeat episodes.
Yeah, because that's how they have to keep their viewers, because that's how they engage them into the story. So now it has to continue going that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, sorry. If you hear background noise, I'm walking around.
Oh, you're fine.
I, I wonder if she's, yeah. So I think the next is going to be Abaya shopping. Like everybody, I want to try to not be offensive, but I want to try on like video to put. I mean, I assume you can pretty much use anything for a hijab, a scarf or something. I mean, Chantal looks very disrespectful to me how she wears it, doesn't she? Like very careless,
It's
or is it me?
careless and it's also see-through, which I don't understand why she keeps on wearing the see-through headscarf. It kind of defeats the point of wearing a hijab.
That's what I thought. It's just very careless. I want to see. I mean, that was what I watched. I don't know. I stumbled upon a video because now I'm getting all these channels from hers, like the algorithm is like recommending stuff, and it looks pretty easy to tie. I don't know what her big deal is. I don't
Her
know.
big deal
Very,
is that she wants it to
very
cover
messy.
her chins.
It's very, very messy. Hi, Blondie. Yeah, it's very disrespectful looking. And she said she wanted to get a onesie. That's what I
Oh,
called
wonderful. Now
it.
she's really going to look like a penguin.
She wants to get an abaya hijab onesie. Like I can't picture what it would look like, but it's one piece.
That's
I
going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, because she can't figure out how to tie the hijab. Well, I thought she said, which I know is not true, but I thought, didn't she say that his family has been so helpful? They've been helping her with everything. Did you ever catch that part? Like a week ago, she said his family has been extremely helpful.
Oh,
Um,
they love her and they get along. I doubt it.
yeah,
Doubt it.
love her, and they've been helping her adapt to the culture and everything, which isn't true because it's only his father. I don't know if she has brother and sister. Regardless, his family hates her. They don't talk to him anymore because of her.
So, well, I would be mad too if you brought Foodie to my house. I'd be like, excuse me, who and why?
She's a good one. Yeah, yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know where this imaginary family she thinks, and you could see it was a lie. It's like the way she was like giggling about it,
Oh,
and he
we all know
was
when
quick
she's
to
lying.
answer.
He doesn't.
He was quick to answer. Yes, they love her. They love Chantal. They do not love Chantal. I don't
Well,
think.
that's what he's paid to say.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that girl in the restaurant. She was. All I saw was her from behind. The girl that was like in front of them. The
Yeah,
girl before anybody even said it, when I was watching, I noticed her and I was like, oh my God, she's beautiful. I mean, that's what you would expect. I mean, as much as I dislike Salah now, initially I thought he was decent looking. His older videos, he was ugly. Sorry, but he's just not my type at all. But like his
right.
little new do and everything, his little new hairdo, you could say he's decent looking. I mean, I guess we're comparing to Nader. He's decent looking. I mean, but I don't look at him the same way after I know his personality. But yes, you would expect him to marry a nice woman like that, not
Right.
a 400 pound penguin.
A penguin who is
Infertile.
disgusting,
I'm sorry, but I
grotesque.
think that's a big thing there.
Yeah, and that's the other. He's a very young man. He's what, 28?
He just turned 29 last month.
29. Yeah, and you would expect at least that he would have that I mean, I guess some people, look, it's different when you're speaking about Western society versus a Middle Eastern society because we're very like our society isn't like you have to have kids. Kids are super important. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But culturally speaking, and I can even say from South Americans, most people want kids. It's
Yeah, it's just a not
carrying
exactly.
on the family name kind of thing.
Exactly, it is. And I mean, and her little thing, oh, it doesn't matter that, yes, it matters. You can't. And yes, I will make fun of I'm not gonna say make fun of you, but yes, and you caused it. You didn't probably follow up or whatever. I had a hysterectomy at 42. So I can say whatever I want about her hysterectomy.
Oh, don't hysterectomy shame. How dare you hysterectomy shame? Da da da. Hysterectomy shaming, 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 shaming.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know. I don't know. There's no way that his family cannot expect him to have children and
That's
be okay.
probably why they're not accepting of her because they want more for their son, brother, cousin, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if you got married and you weren't able, like it just doesn't happen, it's
Right.
fertility issues. But knowingly, maybe he doesn't even know that she had a hysterectomy. Maybe he thinks he's trying to get her pregnant.
You think that's why she was faking? I'm nauseous. Look at me, I'm so nauseous.
Oh, because I do know they did the deed, unfortunately.
Ew, gross. Gross. Gross.
Because he has to. It's part of
He made the
his.
marriage.
Yes, he has to. But they're not married, so that's the thing.
Is it one of those temporary marriages type
No, they
of
haven't done anything.
they haven't done anything?
Mm-mm. That the person knows. I wish I could share screenshots on here, but I can't.
You know what it is? It's also because for immigration, maybe it works the same there, but here when you go through immigration, when you do like I married an American type situation, they
Hmm.
interview you and they do ask you personal questions like that.
Well, yeah, but they're gonna have to be eventually legally married somewhere at least to be able to get him to Canada.
And I that's probably why we haven't heard her because I was saying on my live yesterday, I'm like, we all know Foodie as being someone who likes to brag about everything. And the fact that she hasn't bragged about the wedding dress, the this, that, and the other about the wedding
Yes,
is
exactly.
very telling. So what if she is waiting until she gets him here so that she can annoy the crap out of all of us
Mhm.
for his Canadian
But
wedding?
and the only way that he could get to Canada is on a visitor visa. But I know, I mean, I don't know how hard it is to get a visitor's. I know he couldn't get a visitor visa to the U.S., but I don't know about to Canada. I mean, without just overstay his visa.
Yeah, but she can. I was looking into that as well with her. She can, after the 3 months are up, she can petition for an extension on the visa she has right now,
Yeah,
and they can extend it anywhere up to a year.
yeah, and she has nothing to come back to. I mean, honestly, it'd probably be better for her to stay in Kuwait, to tell you the truth, because she doesn't have any obligations. I mean, she does literally she's
Right?
the dream. She's living in a shithole closet
It's a
and
shoebox.
ordering takeout every day. She said they ordered. She said that they always eat out. So,
Yesterday, she said she didn't. She says, I don't use the Uber here. We usually go and get our stuff. Like, you mean he goes and gets your stuff?
well, he doesn't have a car anymore. Well, I don't know if yet, but she was supposed to pay his car. So he had a 2020 Honda
Mm-hmm.
SUV before she came, and he sold it because he needed more money. And I don't know what for, but he needed more money. And then he bought this little shitty Honda car, and she was supposed to make the payment. Like, I don't know how their arrangement was with the car, whatever. But anyway, she was supposed to pay for the car, and
Uh-huh.
he hadn't paid it yet. So I don't know if she was going to pay it today, but they were supposed to repossess the car.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, well, that's interesting to know. How are you going to do your vlogging, Foodie?
yeah. So that also leads me to believe that that aquarium, like you said, with no rings, was taken days
Oh,
before.
you think they pawned off
What,
the
the
rings or
zoo?
something?
No, no. I think it was just before when he had a car. He doesn't have a car now.
Well, that's a shitty situation to be in.
But she did get paid today. But honestly, I mean, well, you have a YouTube channel, you get paid. So I mean, how much could she really have made? I mean, other than super chats. I mean, she didn't make that much in super chats recently, and plus they take 30%.
Yeah, they take a
But
lot.
I really don't. I mean, it couldn't have been more than like $3,000.
I don't even think that much,
I don't.
honestly.
I don't think so either. And then she still has to live a month with that money, pay Pete's rent.
So they're her super chats that she's been getting are mainly like $1.99 chats.
Yeah.
because people don't want to spend more than that to like tell her to F herself. The most I've seen is $5 here and there.
Yeah.
Um, I, you know what? You can look at playbook.com and it'll show you what she made on her streams, super chat wise.
Yeah, I haven't done it recently, yeah, but I've looked. But yeah, I mean, she can't be making that much money at all.
And Blondie, you're right. Also, the Canadian dollar is less than the dinar.
Well, that's what I'm confused though. Does she get paid like actual? Does she get paid in U.S. dollars? Well, it doesn't really
Wait,
matter. I
you're
mean,
right. Is she making? No, she has, because of the tax information, it has to be Canadian dollars unless she changed her tax information.
yeah. I mean, but regardless, I mean, it's see that I don't know why it confuses me, but it when she doesn't understand how things work, how the world, and she confuses me even more because when she says my Canadian money is worth shit here, but it's not. It's just it's a little bit more expensive there for certain things, but for certain things it's not. I mean, it kind of is. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it might cost more. I don't know. It's too complicated for my brain right now.
But she didn't think of any of that. She literally just bought tickets and said, I'm going to Kuwait, and that's it. She really didn't do her research. The only thing she researched is what is the obesity rate in Kuwait, and she even got that wrong. Because I have yet to see an obese person walk by on camera.
Oh, there was one, but she had a kid. I mean, which sorry, but I mean, if you had
It's
kids,
different when you have kids, your metabolism changes and it takes longer for you to lose weight.
exactly. That woman walking in front of them in the restaurant didn't look obese.
Not at all.
Sorry, but she's not the Canadian queen.
I believe she got there and she said, "Oh crap, my money is worth nothing here."
Hmm. Well, that's where she confuses me because I mean it's worth something, but because I don't know, I get confused with all that stuff.
$340 in super chats in the last 7 days. That's nothing compared to what she was making.
Yeah, she was
Thank you,
making
need some Z's.
thousands. Well, that'll pay his rent. His rent is $385 or whatever 110 dinar is.
So, need some Z's is saying that 1 dinar equals 25 cents in Canadian dollars.
Okay.
So she made
So,
nothing basically.
yep. But remember her with one paycheck she was going to live 6 months there.
Oh, that's right. She did say that.
Yeah. Remember?
See, it's
Yeah.
the
So
line
we're
for
all
me.
wrong. We are all
It's
wrong. Shame
it's
on
the
us.
line. It's the line.
It's what?
It's the lying for me
I
because she
know.
lies, but it's like you're not hurting me with your lies, you're hurting yourself. So please continue.
Exactly. She has no idea how the world works. She has no idea.
It's like when she lies about her weight. I lost 100 pounds, and we're like, no, you didn't. Yes, I did. All right, fine. Continue believing that. When you're 800 pounds and you need a crane to move you from room to room, don't freaking complain.
Well, not only that, yeah, I get she did lose a little weight, but it was because she was high on coke all day and she was also on Ozempic, which is a weight loss drug.
She lost a little bit, but she gained a lot of it back because
No, I know, but I mean, she right after that whole coke thing, when I remember vividly, she posed on the stairs to her in her apartment. Inside the apartment, she said, "Oh, it was like an Instagram post, and she was like, "Oh, I've lost 70 pounds so far, doing it the healthy way."
See, okay, she would make more money if it had been reversed and he was in Canada because Julie T is saying that one dinar is like $4,
I
four
am
Canadian
looking at the
dollars.
Blondie. I'm walking around and
Here, you're fine. I can keep up. Um, yeah, so yeah, she would have actually profited more if she could. Oh, wait a minute. What if that's why she's trying to promote his channel and establish it so that when she does bring him here, it's still under Kuwaiti money?
well, but I think it's all based off. Isn't it all initially based off the U.S.? Because that's where
Well,
people. You get what I'm saying? Like if it's 45 cent per view, I'm just saying a number. If it's 50 cent per view, let's just say, is it different in Canada? Is it different in Kuwait? Is it different?
they go by whatever their monetary system is.
Yeah, but does that 50 cents? Okay, so
So
I have it in my brain what I'm trying to say. So is it? So let's say you get $1 per thousand views in the U.S. Let's say we're just starting in the U.S. Do you get
mhm.
whatever the equivalent to $1 is in Canada or Kuwait?
No,
Or
so
do you?
if you get like $1 super chat, right? It's gonna be $1 Canadian dollar or one dinar. But the reason I'm saying she would benefit more is because if he's getting paid in dinars, right? And then he cashes that money out and he converts it into Canadian money, now he's making more.
Okay, I'm so well. Yeah, I thought it was all based stuff. I don't
So
know.
his $1 would be $4, 4 Canadian dollars.
Okay.
It's kind of scammy if you think about it. It's kind of a little scammy, right? Because he's running a channel in Canada, but he's still. We're assuming this is what's going to happen, folks. This is not fact. This is just thinking outside the box. If he comes to Canada and he keeps his channel as if he's in Kuwait, and he makes $1, and then he were to take that dollar out and then convert it into Canadian dollars, he now has $4 instead of $1.
Yeah, but see, that's where I'm just confused because is that $1? Is it all based off? Is it different per country? Is what I'm saying. It's like because if it's okay, so $1 Canadian is 23 dinar. So let's say Foodie, if she makes $1 per thousand views in Canada, and she and Salah on his Kuwaiti channel, does he make $1 Canadian like the
No, he'll
equivalent?
make one dinar.
That's what I don't. That's what we don't know. Do you get what I'm? Is it different per region or is it all based off U.S. money?
No, no, it's different per region.
Okay.
Because sometimes you'll look at the super chats and you can know who's from Australia, who's from Canada, and who who's foreign because it'll come out
Oh,
with
yeah, I
their.
guess. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because they can super chat like 99 cent Canadian,
Right.
which would be maybe like $2 US though. No,
Right.
uh,
So if you cash it out, because wait, is Canadian is more than US, right?
no, the other way around.
It's the other way around. Okay, so if I super chat someone one USA dollar, when they cash it out, it's going to be whatever the conversion rate is in Canada.
Okay, but the views is what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I have to look it up. But nobody can chat to me. Or okay. No, I guess yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. Now I'm even more
Right, because she
confused.
would have to cash it. Well, no, because she's going through her bank account, so she's probably retaining. But when you go to convert it to Kuwaiti money, it's like Cannibal said, it's no longer 1,000 Canadian dollars. Now she only has 280 dinars.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then somebody calculate 110 dinar to Canadian.
So what is
Please.
it? What? Three more times? Then what? Because if a dollar is $4, see, math isn't exactly my forte. Someone
I'm
help us
curious to
here.
see what his rent is in Canadian. It's 110 dinar.
It's 110 dinar. All right, give me a second.
Hello.
Hi, Hannibal.
Oh, give me 1 second. Let me fix that. Oh, don't know. Did I? Oh, there you are.
Gray dinar to.
Okay, so real quick, I was I'm here listening, and I'm taking a little lunch break. So the conversion factor, you're gonna get paid from wherever you are. So if you're getting Canadian money, you're gonna get Canadian money. It's gonna be the same amount of checks. So if Foodie's gonna get $1,000 this month or whatnot, she's gonna get that in Canadian money. It's gonna go into her bank account. Because she's in
Yeah.
Kuwait, she's going to have to convert that money over for the spending. And once she converts $1,000, she's going to get $280 of Kuwaiti dinar in return.
Yeah. So when.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if she something. So if she pays for something with her card, it's only going to be if she has $1,000 in the bank, it's only going to be 280. Like
Right.
something costs
Right.
500. Yeah, like his
She's,
rent. That's what I'm
she's not
trying
going to
to.
be able to pay it with Canadian money.
Yeah, it'll just
She's going to have
be.
to pay the conversion factor, which is then taking an extra percentage out of her income because it's going to take like 3% to convert that money over.
Yeah,
So she's
most banks.
losing money.
Yeah, most banks, unless you have like a good account, charges you a conversion fee. And I don't even think she has like a Visa debit. I think it's just like a plain old bank card debit card. Because she
Like
couldn't
an
even,
ATM card.
yeah, like an ATM card. Because she couldn't even use it in Cuba. Remember, she tried to use a Capital One credit card,
Oh, she was so pissed, and I'm like, "Hi, you're in a
Right.
whole entire
That's
different
and she
country."
was,
right.
and she was, all
And
she
they
had
cut
was
her
her,
off.
all she had was her bank card from Canada. So why couldn't she use that? It must just be a regular ATM card, old fashioned, not even like Visa or MasterCard.
Well, I know when my grandparents used to come to to the
And
States from Brazil, the first thing they would do is stop by the exchange place and exchange their reals into dollars. So you have to kind of exchange it before you can use it.
Yeah,
yeah,
Um,
you can't
yeah.
get paid
I'm thinking
like
all
you
she
can
has
get
is an
paid in
ATM
American
card.
money. Yeah, but she's gonna have to go to the exchange down there. He's gonna have to take her to an exchange or a bank somewhere so that she can convert that money into the dinar. And whatever her check is looking like, it's gonna be cut severely
hmm
by three
Sorry.
quarters. Yes, her check is gonna
Yeah.
be nothing in Kuwait.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, I lost connection
Yeah,
for a
you kind
minute.
of blacked
Oh,
out on
sorry.
us.
I was leaving my house. Sorry, I took it off
And you
louder.
know, she didn't think of that. She did not think of that before she got on that plane. She probably thought, because look, she's a fucking privileged,
No,
spoiled
she did it
brat. I'm
wrong, Erie.
sorry.
She did the conversion factor backwards. She thought that she was going to have more money from
More.
Canada and Kuwait than she would. Yeah, and she did it backwards. She even stated, Salah said all this during that first stream when they were in the house, and he was, I mean, he's continuously banging himself. So, yeah, that time he was banging himself. He said that she asked how much would the conversion be, and it's like, yeah, 23 to 25 cents on the Canadian dollar. So no matter where you are, you can get paid from where your country of origin. You're gonna get paid in your wherever you are. You're gonna have to convert that money, and that conversion factor is gonna be the killer for most people.
So she actually basically pushed herself into financial poverty
Poverty,
by
yes.
going to Kuwait. What an idiot.
So I just figured out
Mm-hmm.
his rent
Mm-hmm.
is 477 Canadian dollars. So she has to pay his rent
Yep.
and
She has to pay
her.
his rent, the rent on the villa.
Uh-huh. Oh,
I'm
that they're
sorry.
gonna be eating ramen noodles. What an amazing vacation.
This
Because that's why
this
she
is a
was thinking
honeymoon.
on what honeymoon. Yes, her honeymoon. Amazing honeymoon.
And yes, I am gonna shame her because there's no reason she should be made. I don't care. I hate this fucking shame word. Everything is shaming, shaming, shaming. Well,
There's
yeah, I am gonna shame
that's
you.
shaming is a scapegoat. Shaming is what we use when we don't want to be talked about or we don't want to be scrutinized. Now you're
Yeah,
shaming us for
she
whatever,
was
but
like,
then she
people
turns
are
around and does
STD
the
shaming
exact
my
same thing.
past. Yeah, I am gonna STD
Ma'am,
shame
you
you.
shouldn't have put it out there.
Exactly, and
We
I
wouldn't
am
have
gonna
known if you
STD
wouldn't have
shame
told
you
us.
when you gloat about not using condoms because you can't get pregnant. What the fuck?
Right?
I mean, that's
It
stupid.
So
it
when you gloat
shocks me,
about not
y'all.
using because you can't get pregnant, then what was Condom Gate about?
Right? Oh, the condoms all
If
over the
you
room,
gloat that
remember?
you can't use condom, yeah, yeah. What was Condom Gate about? Why you got
Well,
3 condoms scattered all
when
around the
she
room
first
in
met
random fashion
Nader,
to
she
make us
said,
believe that somebody wanted you?
"Do you remember when she first met Nader? She said that they didn't use condoms because she can't get pregnant." And then her chat explained to her that well, there's STDs. And then she was like, "Oh well, of course I used a condom," but that was after the fact of stating after she said
How is
that
she an
she didn't
adult?
use a condom.
No, how is she an adult? Even more so, how is she within all three of ours generations? How did that happen?
I have no idea because I mean my parents didn't teach. I mean it's just I don't know. I just maybe I don't know. I don't remember my parents having the sex talk with me or anything. I people just learn shit. And I remember her telling the pizza story of Nader, the pizza dough.
I don't understand how she missed all the lessons all of us within her age group learned, and she's still stuck at what 16, thinking that if she says it is, you know?
Yeah,
Because you're right,
yeah,
Hannibal. She went there and she's like, "Well, I'm Canadian. My money is worth more than yours." And now
yeah,
you're living in a shoebox.
yeah. I'm not gonna buy Lush because it'll be more. Be cheaper in Kuwait. I'm not gonna. I don't need all my to take all my Lush. I don't need to do all this, which is fine. I mean, it's not like it's a, a little island in the middle of nowhere that has no stores. You know, like yeah, you can go to Kuwait and you can buy your shampoo and stuff, but you don't need to go there and fucking spend your money on Lush. I mean,
Let's be honest, why is she even spending money on Lush when she doesn't shower?
that's because it's
Giving
like
the
her
appearance?
Lush is like her Louis Vuitton that she likes to show off. Like somebody might like to show off their designer bags. She calls herself a
Right.
lush. I never heard this before. There's like a cult following. They call themselves lushies.
Really?
I saw that like in like a recent old stream of hers, like somebody like that they that she's a lushy for life.
Well, that means a whole different thing to me than it does to her.
a, a drunk.
Yeah. So, excuse me, ma'am. Again, what generation did you grow up in? Because it does not sound like ours. You just literally called yourself a drunk with a cute IE at the end.
Yeah. I, I don't know. I wonder. I wonder. I wonder. I
It's
wonder.
like when she went through that phase after she called herself her vagina a tuna can that smelled like barracuda. And then she started like buying a ton of Vagisil and carrying it in her purse and showing it at every opportunity she could. It's
I
just to
know.
give the appearance that she's maintaining herself clean.
It's like, and then the story where she says, "Oh, I told Nader I peed myself, so I went into the bathroom to finish peeing, and he pulls my panties down, and he smelled peach piss." Who talks
Ew.
about this?
Ew.
She reminds me
Ew.
of when I was 16 and I had my first kiss. That it was kind of like something like, you always like, oh, it's so cool. You'd look at him and you'd be like, oh, I know I kissed you, whatever.
Right.
And it's kind of like you feel like you've accomplished something in life, kind of like you're cool. That's how she every day, though.
Yeah, where is this magical washer and dryer? I'm still waiting. Look, all she has to do is stand in the middle of the room, do a quick turn, and give us a tour. That's all she has to do. I want to see the washer and dryer that he allegedly has in the shoebox.
I want to, no, she never stayed in a hotel. She stayed there. From day one, she stayed there the whole time. She never stayed in a hotel. Um, I want to see a day in the life of a Kuwaiti housewife. That's what I want to see.
Right?
Seriously, though. I mean, honestly, that's the content I would like. Is this is what we do when we wake up? We make breakfast. Then I get on my hands and knees and I scrub the closet and I do laundry. I iron his clothes and then he goes and prays. I want to see. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, a day in her life is going to be I roll off the bed, I piss in questionable places, and then I just sit here all day thinking of the foods I'm going to shove in my face.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Kind of. Hello? Hello? I think we lost
Oh, can you
you.
hear me?
I can now.
I have my AirPods in. I'm going to physical therapy. I'm gonna just talk the whole time. I don't care. You know what I'm doing.
She's going to sit there and she's going to, just sit there and plan out all the food she's going to shove in her face when she gets paid. And we're all going to be impressed and jealous.
Yep.
That's how
That's,
that's going to work.
but no, seriously, that would be fun. Like a day in the life. I think that would be. I don't care about an aquarium. I've been to much better aquariums or scientific center. And by the way, she never took us to any of those in Montreal. Remember, she liked to take us everywhere. She was
Right?
supposed to. Yeah.
Never happened. Never going to happen.
Yeah. What about those $100 or hundreds of dollars she spent on the passes? Um, is there too much background noise? Let me know. Hi. Can you hear me? Or no?
I can. I can.
I don't know if there's too
It's a
much
little
background noise.
muffled, but I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, if y'all want to get off, or if Hannibal wants to talk some more, we can. I'm just sitting on a bicycle.
I think he said he's at work, so I don't know if he's going to be able to come back.
All right. Well, we'll see what she does. She comes on to form all of her new
No,
purchases after payday.
she's gonna avoid it for a minute because she hasn't figured out a way to excuse what Amberlynn wrote on her community post. She
Yeah,
hasn't figured
actually,
that one out yet.
I agree with all of it, with what she said, actually, what Amberlynn said.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to address it because now she has to figure out a way to address it where she still can play victim when it comes to fat shaming.
But running better when she's coming home for real. No, I'm sure she'll stay the whole time. I mean, if it's up to her, she'll stay the whole time. She can't. Can you imagine the backlash she would get saying, "Oh, we
Right?
told you so"? She wouldn't take it. She would rather just sit there and be miserable. I mean, it sounds like it would be miserable just sitting in that room all day.
She'll do that because she doesn't want to tell anyone that she messed up. So yeah, she'll sit there and be miserable by choice.
Yeah, 100%. She's not gonna let this one go. Nope. She will let this go on forever and ever and ever until he cuts it, just like Nader, until he cuts her off. But I don't know. What do you think, Blondie? Bye, Jericho. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get off here so I can
Okay.
have some stuff.
All right.
All
Thanks for having us on.
right. Thank you. Anytime. All right. Thank you. See you
All
later.
right. Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.